Alrighty, we are back with our final game of the night. San Diego State takes on California, the Cinderella from last season's tournament. Jonas, can the Golden Bears do some more history tonight?
I mean, for the amount of upsets we've seen so far, Nation, I kind of hope so. I mean, last season we saw them get the incredible victory over South Carolina, took Arizona State to 7 in game 2, and then fell there. But Cal were looking to have themselves an amazing tournament run. Just fell one game short of taking on Colorado, which would have been an insane matchup considering last season. But now they're back. They're back in the tournament, going head-to-head with the consistent Mountain West champions of San Diego State. Let's see what they can do versus the Aztecs.
San Diego State, they are ready to roll. Their tournament run starts here. Kenyo's very confident in this season for the Aztecs of San Diego State. California coming in. They didn't quite have the season we thought they were going to have, Jonas, just being quite honest with you. But they are still here in the tournament. They're ready to roll. We'll see what they can do.
Yeah, they really are. And I mean, they've looked good. They've always looked very solid in the tournament. Obviously, last season they made it to round 3 before getting eliminated in game 7 by Cleveland State. But they were another team who were, they were a game away from a Elite 8 appearance in last season's tournament. They definitely could have gotten there. And now here in CCS Season 5, they're looking to make themselves another run.
Yeah, I mean, again, like we're both pretty good friends with Kenyo, and I've gotten to know him quite well over the last 2 years. And ASAP Patos finds the first, and ASAP gets the Aztec offense started.
Well, we saw this guy not too long ago dominating in the 1v1 slate. Now look at him in 3v3 straight up and over. Big 50, and the double is the cherry on top.
And he almost hit a quad reset too in that 1v1 tournament we did together. So he's capable of a lot of insanity moments. Hopefully he gets this moment in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, he very well might be capable. Now as an open net ceiling double into the backboard. What a save coming through from Bacon, shutting down that play.
3:58 to go here in game number 1. San Diego State still within 1. ASAP trying to make it 2-0. Couldn't do it there, just off the bar and wide.
And ASAP is shooting on net early and often here as all of San Diego State, honestly. 4 shots in the first minute and a half, only 1 on the other side from Cal. They're really just looking to slow down the early momentum of the Aztecs.
Yeah, minute and a half off the clock here is San Diego State. I think they're content with a 1-0 lead, but again, you want to have that cushion of a multi-goal lead. Aquino quick reset, might have not gotten it. He's out trying for a 50, couldn't find his way into the yellow target. California still within 1.
No, yeah, I'm confident in this San Diego State team. I mean, they started out a little bit slow this season, kind of as you mentioned, but they have really kind of locked it back down. We saw, obviously, in conference play, they are looking much, much better. And, obviously they made it here very cleanly. Now looking to just build on it and make themselves a run in the National Championship Tournament. ASAP gets some space, gets some room, and that's where he thrives.
And ASAP, you can't give Asapato space in the air. Jonas in California gonna see that firsthand there as ASAP makes it 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's obviously we're just over 2 minutes in, but right now it just seems like get ASAP the ball and let him work. That seems to be the SDSU strategy.
2:50 to go here, and again they've played through ASAP a lot this season. McKinney and 5 stars have really helped this roster level up as well. And again, they had a rough non-conference. They played Missouri and lost, but the sidelines of Invitational, they were destined to win it, and they dropped their first game to Arizona State.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone expected them to lose that, as Aquino will add on goal number 3 just above the halftime, as of course it's ASAP, who else, setting things up for him. But yeah, I mean, they got swept by ASU in the first round of the Sideline Sports Invitational. They swept Florida Atlantic, not too surprising there, but then, what could be seen as even more surprising is they immediately got swept by UConn after that in the 3rd round to finish 6th place in that Invitational. I think that really shocked everyone and maybe scared everyone's hopes of San Diego State a little bit going into this season.
Yeah, they took a stumble in the rankings of CCS, and 5 stars, double redirect attempt there, a little bit off the mark. And coming into this season, there's always high expectation for the top teams in the country, like San Diego State now with ASAP alongside 5 stars and Aquino. But don't forget, a year ago, Jonas, his team played in the national title game.
Yeah, they did. I mean, this team has always been. I mean, they've always had themselves a great program. They've always been a lot of fun to watch moving forward, and they've always seemed to be just a great competitor, especially here in CCS, and they're really always fun to watch.
Minute 30 to go here. And again, ASAP, as we've had high expectations for what this roster should be capable of with ASAP alongside Aquino and 5 stars, but their schedule has played a couple of tough opponents in the non-conference. They've had a couple of rough scares in the CCS championships, but now's their chance to redeem themselves.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll see if they thrive in this environment. I would very much expect them to. Obviously, San Diego State, they've been one of the most solid, one of the most consistent teams we've had the pleasure of watching over these CCS seasons. And, we've talked about it a lot this past week on how, this single elimination tournament where anything can happen, it favors those consistent teams who have that strong mental and can really stay in these tough series and are able to play their best day in and day out.
Yeah, and California's offense, don't forget last season, was a reverse sweep in the first round. It took them 20 minutes to get started, but once they got started, they were really difficult to put away.
Yeah, it looked like they had nothing showing, but they really brought it back quickly, so you can't count them out at any point, as Bacon will turn in the first one. Just a good 50 from Dogsway, and a big miss there from 5 stars. Aquino not able to stop that one from point-blank range.
They did it in the first round last season, and almost did it again in the second round. They got to Game 7 in the second round last season with a reverse sweep again almost on the line. They almost did it back-to-back, which would have been insanity.
Yeah, really would have. And now, what a look here for San Diego State, getting back to a 3-goal deficit. Double demo from AZAP. 5 stars slips under Civil Pangolin, flicks Bacon in front, and that'll make it 4-1.
32 seconds, and this is just what we expected to see San Diego State open up the tournament with. And we knew that coming in, there's a chip on their shoulder. They want to prove everybody wrong. They get a 5 seed is respectable still, but they're more capable than a 5 seed in this tournament.
Yeah, I definitely think so. It was just that non-conference rating that slowed them down. I mean, I think that if they won out in the Invitational, I think they very well could be a 3 seed in this one. Nation, I don't know if you agree, but I mean, it was just that really tough Invitational that really slowed things down. And it's good to see them already looking strong here in Game 1 of the round of 64. But who knows where this team could have been earlier on?
Yeah, I mean, again, they suffered a loss to Arizona State and Connecticut in the Sideline Sports Invitational. They also suffered a loss to Missouri in the non-conference schedule. I don't know who else they play. Oh, they beat FAU in the 7th.
They beat FAU, yeah.
FAU. So they were 1-3 in the non-conference. Only won FAU. Then the Mountain West they dominated like they always do. But again, I think the ceiling, had they been undefeated with the Missouri loss, obviously, probably the first 4 seed and maybe the bottom 3 seed.
Yeah, I think they could have just snuck into a 3 seed. I mean, a loss to Mizzou is obviously not bad by any stretch of the imagination, considering it's Mizzou. But yeah, then again, that is all what if. That is all hypothetical. Right now, they're a 5 seed going toe to toe with the 12 seed of the Cal Golden Bears, and they take Game 1. Now let's see if they're able to keep that momentum going forward.
Game 2 is a new chance for California to prove themselves in this tournament. 5 stars with the wing, fires, no good. 20 seconds down, and the Aztec offense still looking to be lethal in yellow territory.
Yeah, we've seen Cal there. Their offense has slowed a bit. Obviously, have only gotten the 1 goal so far. Looking to really speed that up. And again, it's going to be coming down to, can their defense measure up with AZAP and the Aztecs, or can their offense really answer back? We'll have to see.
We'll have to wait and see. Bacon and snapshot, no good. Quick give and go from AZAP on the save, and California's first good chance of Game 2, unable to fall through.
And now might have a chance on this counter. Bacon looking to get in front, high bounce, 5 stars, low boost. Pangolin will send it over towards Azapatos. 1 touch, big 55 stars. Can he turn in time? We'll send it back middle to Aquino. Shot saved away by Pangolin. Cal hanging on nice in the defensive end. Maybe a chance for a counter here.
3:40 to play here in Game 2. And again, California have created much more opportunities in Game 2. But their offensive efficiency is still not quite there at the level of SDSU.
Yeah, and that's going to be one of those things to see if they can adapt. And You can see AZAP trying to cook there while getting some open space. Will get a nice easy pre-flip to put this one away as Aquino just kind of lobbed it up to him.
And a free ball for SCSU. They're going to put that one away any day of the week.
Yeah, and you had to spot Civil Pangolin on the far boost side. He missed it about 3 times. I think you can see him trying to reach it. And then as soon as he saw his pass, he just kind of turtled over there. It happens to the best of them.
Bro News knew he was cooked, but Dog Swag immediately answers back. 3-16, the Golden Bears. Back to level.
Yeah, some good pressure there. Bacon a good 50 and got a great bump on Aquino. 5 stars couldn't reach it. Zap couldn't reach it, and Cal tie it right back up. Now just trying to take themselves a solid lead.
3-16, the play-in game number 2 here is SCSU. Still level, plenty of time to go though. AZAP going to try to take over things again in the second game, but what are you seeing at a Cal that can keep them alive in this series?
I mean, ultimately, it's looking like that physicality. I mean, one of the big things I've heard, probably over the past year and a half, Nation, ever since AZAP joined the San Diego State team as 5 stars, will turn one in. Just a good bit of pressure from Aquino, and Doc Swag a missed touch there. But the biggest thing is, obviously, we know Azapatos thrives in the 1v1 environment. When he gets time and space, he is easily one of the most deadly players in the world. However, in 3v3s, there's not as much space. So what I've heard from a lot of the top teams who have competed against him and the San Diego State roster, you just get in their faces as much as you can. You try and make them uncomfortable. That's going to be your best chance of winning.
Absolutely. And what could happen in the regional finals? San Diego State could play Florida. Hammy Crackers against AZAP. Do not give either of those kids space.
Yeah, that would be an absolute menacing fight there, as Azapatos getting some room here and able to force his way through for an open look for Aquino.
3-1, and I think for SCSU, when they play a team that has one guy that you need to shut down, I think they played at an even higher level. And AZAP can take over and deal with that extra pressure of a high-end player. I think that could help them with Michigan State later on.
Yeah, I think it very well could. They, obviously they got to get a little bit farther. It's 5 stars. Cool as can be. Low and slow makes it 4-1.
San Diego State. Things started rough in game 2, but they are taking over. Drone, it's 2:19 to go. It's a 3-goal run over the last minute 30.
Oh, that bacon got burned, Nation. That bacon got a little bit too crispy.
It did.
And now he's going to get burned again off the kickoff. Aquino slots in number 5. And, I mean, that's 5 goals in under 3 minutes for San Diego State. These guys are looking dangerous.
They've got pickies in the growth tonight, Drone. It's 2:16 to go. And San Diego State, with 2:16 to play, are up by 4.
I still think it's funny. I still laugh at myself. I already told you this earlier, but I did mess up, 2 players with 2 delicious food names. I got enchilada mixed up with bacon earlier, and I felt really bad because I was DMing enchilada, and I was talking to him like he was bacon, and that was really awkward.
Bacon shot there, speaking of the devil. Unable to fall on through, and we could have Cal play Pitt. Although Enchilada's on a starter or Pitt anymore, so he wouldn't quite get to play against Bacon if they were to play Cal in league play next season.
That'd be a tasty matchup, man.
It really would be. A good matchup at that.
That being said, yeah, it is good to see Pitt. They move forward well through Bowling Green. They're going to be fun to watch versus Northeastern. Next week on Friday, that should be a very solid matchup there. I would expect so. The Panthers looking to take down the Huskies early, and obviously Cal still looking to stay in it. Azapatos, big double tap. Add on a 6th, why don't you?
And that goes high. That's for waitlisting me. He has some personal beef in this game.
He really does. 6-1. Go SDSU, and Cal are not gonna be too happy with themselves that they waitlisted AZAP, made him a little bit angry. And the Aztecs, I mean, this is Nation, I think this is the most dangerous we've seen this team all season long.
Well, what a time to be playing really, really well. I mean, you're in the tournament. Now's the time if you're gonna play your best game. I hope you play it in the tournament.
And obviously going in to round 2, they're either gonna not the best look there from Aquino. Anyways, you're up 6-1. Doesn't matter that much. Going into round 2, the winner of this one will take on Grand Canyon or Milwaukee, the 4 or the 13 seed. Most likely we'll be seeing the Lopes out of GCU, and that could be a really fun one to see. Versus seeing San Diego State versus GCU. I think that'd be a really fun matchup.
I think it would be fun, but again, there's nothing worse than casting Pitt against Duke and having Duke play against Duke University.
I remember when that was back in season 3 when that first happened. See, it was season 2. And I was stumbling, and I constantly felt I think I was apologizing to chat the whole time as Aquino will stamp the passports for the Aztecs. Brazil here in game number 2, and Cal has let this one get way away.
5 seconds, and yeah, this is game over, simply put. But now you're going to game 3 down 0-2. Is California just trying to quote up the reverse sweep cards?
They might be looking that way already. I mean, obviously coming back from this one is not going to be easy by any means, as we will see Cal get a nice freebie there, because why not at this point? But yeah, San Diego State, they have just looked utterly dominant. And again, if I was Milwaukee or Grand Canyon seeing this, I'd be a little bit afraid.
Actually, you have to be. No matter what the outcome of the rest of this series is, assuming SCSU win, I think they are clear favorites next week.
So I'm just Bacon's comment and then looking at the stat line and seeing him go 0 for 7. It's okay.
I think ultimately Grand Canyon that SCSU might run the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Grand Canyon are confident in that matchup if they do end up getting through Milwaukee and facing off against SDSU, assuming the Aztecs are able to finish out this series. I know they're confident that they can compete and that they can try and take down San Diego State, but I mean, we've seen the Aztecs rise to be one of the best teams in CCS consistently for a reason.
This could be their season. Last spring they played in the national title game. Is it destiny to go right back this spring?
It very well could. I mean, they're going to need to make themselves, a very solid run. Obviously, finish out this series, most likely take on Grand Canyon, and then, we'll head towards the upper part of the bracket even further, and we'll most likely have to take down the Spartans of Michigan State. They get through that one. Who knows who's going to be waiting on the other side? You're looking at teams like Florida, North Texas, Arizona, maybe even Houston. But if they're able to keep this level of offense up, I don't know who's going to stop them.
And that run would be Cal here, Grand Canyon on Friday, and then Michigan State and Florida on Saturday, and then Drexel and likely Akron or Missouri on Sunday. That's a very difficult run to the championship game for San Diego State. We'll see how long their season can last, but tonight they have played lights out with California.
And Azap has looked so solid on the offensive side. As I say that, we see him trip over that one. Didn't quite get the reset he wanted. Now boomed away. He'll make a swift turn, outsped by Pangolin. Aquino will swipe it right back out to the midfield. Azap there off the sidewall. Aquino gives it back to him. The give and go. Both players making it through, but Cal will collapse on and make the stop. 4
minutes to go here in game 3. Azap trying to just get his teammate to look here to put the second goal away, and the Aztec offense unable to pull through there.
And 5 Stars will just take it all the way back again, just trying to hold as much possession as they can get here in this one, and Cal really have their work cut out for him. Aquino touchdown there. Aquino tried to get over to Azap, who was just softly pre-jumping towards the midfield. 5 Stars can't get this one. Middle miss from Dox by Aquino wanted. It is saved to the crossbar. Double for Azap. Saved by Aquino. 5 Stars slows it down and he'll make it go through. What a sequence for the Aztecs.
324 and Azap just got crapped on by Aquino is the nice way to put that. 324 though in SDSU. It's 2-0.
Was the nice way? Oh my goodness. San Diego State, regardless, they'll make it 2-0. Aquino shot here will be blocked by Doxwag, and ultimately San Diego State have looked more than comfortable in this one. They are, again, running the floor. I mean, We're about 2 minutes through this one. Cal has yet to register a shot. San Diego State have 9.
It's just a complete dominant showing from the Aztecs, and there is no feeling for how high this team can climb at the CCS championship. Showing if they can continue this pace up, they might be as good as any team in the country.
Yeah, they very well might be, and you know, if I'm really interested to see if they can keep this level of offense up, if they can keep this level of play up all around. They very well might be unstoppable going through the tournament, but only time will tell, as there's still half of this game left. Cal not completely down and out yet, but it just doesn't feel like San Diego State are going to stop.
2:20 go here in game number 3, and the Aztecs still within two here at the 2-minute warning. And you know, again, this game 3 hasn't been as dominant, but it really feels that way as California can't register a shot to save their life.
Yeah, they're just trying everything they can to get through, but struggling to really get momentum going. But here's a free look. No, 5-star sweeps it away from Bacon, and it goes right back the other way.
Minute 50 to play here in game 3. California still trying to get this game back within 1 and keep this series at least alive here for the meantime. But if this game goes south, we all know what happened a season ago.
Yeah, Civil Pangolin, a good shot there, and you know, it would be absolutely insanity to see a potential reverse sweep here, especially with how good San Diego State are looking at this point. As AZAP, that's the wrong net, bro.
A 127, and California finally by a goal.
Oh, maybe it looked more like a gift to me. As AZAP just kind of took that one all the way towards his own net, and it will cut the lead in half for the Golden Bears. And you know, when you receive a gift, all you got to do is say thank you and move on.
A minute 20 to go. California back within 1. Now maybe a look inside of the box here for Pangolin is good for 2.
And now that own goal starting to have a bit of a heavier weight here, as a good 50 from Bacon, good speed from Pangolin, and it's a tie game.
Tie game as California trying to keep this series within 1 of the win.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to go down 0-3. I mean, obviously we've seen that Cal can compete in game 7, but obviously you don't want to have to try and reverse sweep every match you play, especially against a team like San Diego State. But here's a great look. Zap will get back in time. Clears it over to Aquino, blocked by Doc Swag. AZAP right back on it. Sidewall double. Aquino's got plenty of boost under him, and he'll look for the dunk here, and he's going to find it.
Aquino, the captain, gets the deal sealed in game 3 for San Diego State. 46 seconds to go. And like you mentioned, California, this is their second trip to the CCS championships. Every tournament game they played has resulted in an 0-3 hole, and they've sent all 3 attempts to game 7.
And that just seems absolutely nuts.
There are 2 attempts to game 7. This could be a 3rd attempt here if they can get the champions filled with San Diego State, but 39 seconds left. It doesn't really feel that way tonight.
No, but I mean, then again, Nation, I feel like we probably said that the other nights that it happened. So you never know. We'll see if Cal just kind of flipped that switch going into game number 4. But here in game 3, this one looks to be all said and done, as maybe a good look off the kickoff. Bacon speed roller will be saved away by Azapatos. Aquino takes flight, blocked by Pangolin. Dockswag turns, but no boost to work with. AZAP just taking plenty of time here into the backboard. Dockswag, no finish there. Aquino Duncan, time just stalling here for San Diego State. A great pinch from Civil Pangolin, but boomed right back around by the Aztecs.
Well, what's crazy, there's been 4 reverses in CCS. We've gotten to cast 3 of those together, Jonas, and every time it happens, that the team that reverses looks absolutely piss horrible in the first 15 minutes. And they immediately turn it around. Like, Radford did not look great at all. Nebraska against Purdue did not look great. And California against South Carolina looked checked out. And all 3 of those attempts was a reverse sweep. I don't know what happened with Akron against ETSU last season, so I can't talk about that series. But, you know, again, it's another kind of series where, okay, Cal has not looked the part tonight, but again, anything can happen. They can turn on the fire in game 4.
Yeah, we will indeed have to see, but I mean, this was just another dominant looking San Diego State. Aquino, well-deserved MVP, got the hat trick on 7 shots, assisted the 2 others, 2 5-stars. I mean, what can you do?
Nothing.
I mean, we'll see if they can go into game 4 and again flip that switch. I mean, Cal had 6 shots in that one. San Diego State had themselves 15. I mean, almost triple the amount of shots, almost triple the amount of goals.
Their offense is getting double and triple up in every game. They're in a deep hole right now. This hole's deeper than the one from South Carolina last season. I don't know how they're going to find their way through this one, but if they do, it would be a miracle.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, again, it does really feel like, I mean, we talk about that reverse sweep from South Carolina, but then you look at it on paper and you're comparing. Obviously, you have Cal being that standard variable, but then you have San Diego State versus South Carolina, and I think if you look at both those teams at who is going to be able to hold on, you immediately look towards SDSU at being able to close this out.
Yeah, and SDSU are very, very good at, just like Arizona is. Once they have teams in a hole, they're very good at putting them away.
Yeah, we'll be interested to see if they can do it. We're just waiting on one as Zapatos will hop back in after getting, I believe, just kind of kicked out of the lobby there. Now back into late game, says Bacon. Unfortunately, that's not going to buy you much. Game 4 set to go.
5 minutes back on the clock, Jonas. Game 4 underway.
Yeah, and we'll see if Cal comes up to a new life here. That's going to be the biggest question we'll have to see. I mean, their backs are against the wall now. They want to keep their season going. They need to win 4 in a row.
4 in a row to get the job done. They did it last season in round 1, but we'll see if they can do it again here. No finisher there, 5 stars. We'll clear the base for San Diego State. Now ASAP, 1-on-1 open. Target of the corner is no good. Pangolin will find the save.
Yeah, that was a great stop up in that top left corner. Now we'll shift it around. Aquino gets a great touch around. 5-star shot on target, but Azap, what a recovery. He was getting harassed in net. Made the save. Aquino can't find the redirect. Doesn't matter. 5 stars cleans it up. What a transition for San Diego State.
4-17 and San Diego State right back to where they started. 1-0. 4:17 to go. Could be the last 4 minutes and change of California's season.
Yeah, it really could be, and I mean they just gotta show some life in this one, Nathan. They gotta show it very, very soon. If San Diego State are just able to keep that lethal looking offense going, I don't know if they'll be able to bring it back in this game, let alone the entire series. But giving Aquino a little bit of space here, doesn't have a ton of boost to work, gets around one. Zapatos gets around another. Aquino chip shot into the crossbar. Pangolin clears it away for a moment, gets past 5 stars in the 1v1 versus Azap, but Zapatos grabbing the boost, grabbing the ball, and the demo all in one foul swoop.
San Diego State trying to hold on to this 1 goal margin. California trying to find a way to will their way to Game 7, Jonas, and pull off another reverse. In the tournament, we've seen 4 in CCS, 3 of which have been to the championships. It's 2-0. ASAP finds goal 2.
Yeah, and ultimately, Cal, they came into the season a little bit colder, Nation. I mean, obviously, you know, they were the Cinderella run, but they didn't have the best look. Obviously, in non-con, they went 0-4. They played in the Sidelines Invitational, went 0-4 in that, and then in conference play, they went 5-3, which is obviously not bad, but we've seen better from them. And then in the conference tournament, they got upset round 1 by Louisville and eliminated, and ultimately, they have had their struggles from time to time, and going round 1 against a team like San Diego State has not proved well, as all 3 Aztecs will get a goal here inside the first 2 minutes.
Is that 2 resets in the past there?
I think it might have been. I'm not going to lie. I was looking up Cal's record.
I think that was a double reset off the pass.
I mean, regardless, it was a beauty of a pass across from 5 stars. And now Bacon trying to force his way through the 50 as well. Zapatos, no initial touch. Dockswag will stay on it, trying to get something middle. Mind game now will win into the back while searching for the bump. Aquino will shake it off and find the save towards the corner. Cal feels like they just need a goal soon, Nation.
Yeah, 2:50 to go, and San Diego State just continue to put the Golden Bears in hunting season. here in Game 4.
And now, team bump there. Kini on 5-star still finding the block regardless. Azapatos 50'd well. This one will go right across 5-stars. Make sure it gets over to Aquino. He'll lob it out to the midfield. Pangolin shot on off target. The double is there. Azap gets bumped down. Another look, but Aquino saves this one away.
Cal just cannot buy a goal. And that pinch off the mark. Azap can try to redirect this, though. Wouldn't find contact there as San Diego State. 2 minutes to play, up by 3.
Yeah, and ultimately, there's just nothing going for this Cal offense as San Diego State. You know, we wondered if they were going to be able to keep up the momentum, if Cal were going to be able to really respond in Game 4 like they've always seemed to. But in this one, it looks like it might just be too far out of reach. And San Diego State, they really just look that good right now.
Yeah, they do. And California just have had no answer for San Diego State in dealing with ASAP and Aquino and 5-stars in the backfield. For the San Diego State defense has been lights out tonight so far, only allowing just a couple of goals.
Yeah, it really has just been a dominant performance. Azapatos taking things slow. Is he just going to retreat to his own corner? Yes, he will. Stall a little bit more time. Try and move himself forward. 5-stars will take this one up high. And not going to have much more there as a good intercept from Bacon. Azapatos over 2. No boost left. We'll just kind of let it fall. Aquino hits it off his back bumper. 5-stars, no contact, but only 70 seconds left. Azapatos double inbound cleared away and will be sent right back to the corner midfield looking for Aquino. Instead, finds the Golden Bear and Bacon finds the back of the net.
And that pass had 10 cents attached to it, Dronis. 1:01 to go. You're recruited, says Bacon.
Being down 0-3 and trailing 0-2 in Game 4, saying that's incredible.
I guess ASAP applied to Cal and didn't get in.
I guess, I mean, yeah, I assume that's why he said that's for waitlisting me.
I was told by Aquino during his recruitment that it was between San Diego State and UC Riverside was the two schools that he was debating between.
Maybe Cal was in the equation too, and he got waitlisted as Civil Pangolin slots this one upper 90, and suddenly Cal have some life.
42 seconds. Say it ain't so. Here comes the Golden Bears.
Yeah, this could be a great look, and I can't lie to you, Nation. I'm a little distracted because I'm imagining UC Riverside with AZAP and what that team could be, or this Cal
Wiz
team.
UCR used to have Wiz as well. It could have been Wiz, AZAP, and whoever the third was.
Or seeing this, this Cal roster with Azapatos on it, it could be a completely different look. But that being said, 20 seconds left. California still trailing by 1. They need to keep their season alive. They need another goal.
I wonder what the NIL bidding war evaluation ended up being for San Diego State. But AZAP trying to hold it off. 5 seconds to go. San Diego State are going to send California home.
And that will be it. No Cinderella run for the Golden Bears here in CCS Season 5. It is all San Diego State.
And San Diego State complete the sweep heading into the second round, a round of 32, and a lot of high seeds were unable to sweep in the first round.
Yeah, ultimately we saw a lot of closer matchups. Obviously, we didn't see hardly any upsets, only the 1-10 seed Houston over the 7 seed of UT Arlington. But regardless, this is one of the more dominant matchups we've seen from a higher seed. San Diego State get the job done, and they get the job done as quick as they can.
Yeah, I mean, if it is Grand Canyon for San Diego State, how do you think the Aztecs fare next Friday?
I mean, I know Grand Canyon's confident. But this San Diego State team looked dangerous as danger can be moving forward into round 2. That was a lot of momentum. Obviously, there's still a little bit of time between now and Friday, but if they're able to keep this look going into that next round, the Lopes might be in trouble.
I think the Lopes are in trouble. I think that is a given. I think San Diego State is playing really good at the right time, Jonas. They're going to give Grand Canyon a difficult series. We'll see if the GCU and the Lopes can handle it.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one to see for sure. I mean, that is assuming Grand Canyon get through Milwaukee. I don't know, we can't get too ahead of ourselves. That being said, they are the favorites to win that one. They'll get through, and if they and you playing San Diego State will most likely face off against Michigan State in round 3, and that'll be a fun one for sure. Michigan State, a lot of people had making it through the West region, beating whoever comes out of the East and making it to a championship game. No one had them winning, surprisingly. I mean, that's still a crazy fact. A lot of people had them making it to the national championship, but losing to Akron or Mizzou, and we'll see if they can do it.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Jonas and myself are going to go feast on some food. We'll see you guys later, as tomorrow we're back at 4 Eastern for Illinois, Louisville, out of the Midwest region at 4 Eastern. We'll be back with somebody not named Jonas later. Tomorrow, unfortunately, Jonas is gone for another event that he's getting paid for, so I can't take him away. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all later.